Assistant Scott.
Assistant Scott. He is assistant. Oh, look who it is.
Oh, hello, you horrifying thing.
Huh? You're praying? Your chest? Your...
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
And I'm Austin.
And we're here to play games.
Badly.
Yep, welcome back to Xenosaga Episode 2. We are going to pick right back up where we left off. We got a little extra information on Episode 2 for you today as we go, but we're going to start with a boss.
All right. You need me to read this, or are we good to go?
No. I don't think we need to read these recaps every single time we load the file, so...
Okay.
Alright, yep, we're back with Junior and Party. I'm gonna run... Yeah, this should be fine. That alright?
Yep.
Alright, let's go.
All right. Anyway. Oh, it's so far down.
Yep, so we have to go up a lot of stairs to do this. And then we're gonna see they're gonna bust in down here. They're chasing us. Oh no, oh no.
Oh, that looks really unfortunate. They're a lot faster than we are, too.
Yep, but fortunately, all we have to do is get up this way.
Junior, you're just on a casual jog there, Hoss.
Yeah, he doesn't even care.
No care.
All right.
Long time no see. You're looking well. You remember me, right? My name is Richard. Let that name burn in your mind as you die.
Richard!
Michael!
Okay.
Have to save America.
A worthy adversary.
In this case, second Miltia.
We're good there. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah. Scutum and Pilum. This boss, I recommend kind of your standard approach here. So this is Scutum on the left. This is Pilum over here. Just attack Scutum at first. So we're gonna stock up and crunch him.
Yeah. The reason we're focusing on Scutum is because it can use Medica, and we don't want him to heal their party.
Exactly.
There's no way you can win.
Okay, Richard.
Yeah, so, actually, I am... Ooh, you know what I can do? Nope, I can't. Anyway, so I actually recommend, instead of Ziggy, bring Chaos into this fight. We're not going to worry about it right now, but the reason for that...
No way you can win.
These guys love to taunt you, is that Chaos does aura damage with his attacks, and these guys are a little weak to aura. So
Aura is a type of energy, I guess. Oh yeah, Aura Sword.
Aura is an element, yeah.
Mystic powers!
So
Grant me a miracle!
we're gonna run Aura Sword, and then the other thing I'm gonna do is, and there's no break zones on this boss, so we're also gonna run Attacker.
Mystic powers! Grant me a miracle!
That sound bit is a little rough.
Yes, it is.
Ether drop!
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, Ziggy doesn't have much at the moment. So I'm just gonna go crazy with him a little bit here.
Yep. Recommendation is to have Junior and Chaos act as support and heal, while Momo does all the damage in general.
Mystic powers!
Yeah, but
Grant me a miracle!
as you're about to see, it's not hard to get a lot of damage out of Junior as well. He pretty much in this game functions pretty well as a hybrid of support and attacking. Momo, of course, is going to be doing the most damage.
That's ridiculous.
Deploying
Holy
armor beam.
cow.
And we are a little under-leveled for this fight, too. We're at level 12. You can do this just fine at 12, but if you're around 15, that's definitely better.
Let's go.
And top up Junior a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like the total HP is 4,800 for both of them.
Yep. Well, no. Scutum is 4,800. Pilum is about 3,300, 3,360, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
I had that broken down. Yep.
There we go. He's done. So now it's just Pilum.
It's so fast.
Yeah, alright. So let's go ahead.
Powers,
Her magic's
grant me a
a
miracle.
lot better, so we'll be able to top Junior up a little bit more. I think I may double on that here with Ziggy in just a moment.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
so if you can learn Medica 2 by this point, it's going to trivialize your healing. It does over double what Medica does for only 4 EP as opposed to 2, so definitely do that if you can.
Yep. And I think we talked about this last time, but these bosses have a couple of rare items that drop.
Yep.
Have a chance to drop. So,
Yeah. So we're pretty much just demonstrating this boss. I have already beaten this boss, so we are going to be swapping save files here shortly.
Yeah.
Refresh. Yeah. I get these stocked up, I think. Yeah. So let's see if he can cure his own status ailment. Yep, we got it.
Nice.
Yeah, so the ability to cure status ailments is dependent on your magic. So Ziggy is not great at doing that, and he just got statused 1 second late. So,
Right.
see if we can get rid of it. Not a big deal, considering, yeah, see, he still has his status, or weak is all that is, so. We'll just have him kind of distracted doing that. A good thing to do would be to bring Aura Sword on all your party members. Attacker
Powers,
ups your attack power and then lowers your defense slightly. I recommend it for at least Momo. If you can do it for both Momo and Junior, that is ideal as well. And then if you have Aura Sword on more than one person,
mystic powers, grant me a miracle.
that's also good, so you can be efficient. And this strategy is generally going to be how you handle bosses in this game. So you're going to see me do it a lot.
How do you know when your buff has worn off?
So here, I'll show you. I'm
Powers, grant me a miracle.
having her Aura Sword herself. Now, see the status here?
Oh, okay.
Top left.
So when you're going to, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're ever unsure if Aura Sword or Attacker have worn off, just pop into the menu like this, and you'll be able to tell.
Gotcha.
So let's go ahead and unload on him.
Kind of wish
Bye-bye.
they could just have some visual without having to go into the menu to find it.
That would be nice.
Bye-bye.
Additional ammo transferred to Eagle Eye.
Yeah, Eagle-Eye will hit pretty hard. I think one of those is a counter boost. It's interesting. All right, and then Momo, we see Aura Sword and Attacker. We're gonna crunch him.
Here I go.
And Aura will combo up a little bit, and we'll be able to take out most of his health. Looks like he's got a little bit more here, so. Not much, though.
Yeah. It seems like his defense is a little higher, too, because he's not taking as much damage as Scutum was.
Don't let your guard down.
Yep.
Stay sharp.
All right.
And then comes Ziggy with his snorkel.
Yeah, so these are the standard drops. The rare drops that you want to get, they're a 20% chance, are the Charge Boost and the Tuned Circuit. They drop from Scutum and Pilum, respectively. So the one I recommend you get if you're kind of sick of farming this boss, because basically you have to fight it over and over until you get the right drop, is the Tuned Circuit. It's a pretty rare item for ES units, and it's very good to get. So if you want to just go for one of them, go for that one. If you want to try to get both, more power to you. Well, that's what I did. So I do have both of the rare drops. We'll be swapping save files in a little bit here.
Yep.
And yeah, I think... Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to note is we will be able to get the Steel Ether Psycho Pocket before too long here. So this won't be a problem for future battles. It's just for this one in particular, getting that rare drop's really nice.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right.
But I just killed them.
Yeah, but narratively now you got to be surrounded by them.
Yep.
Stand down, you two. I'll take care of the rest.
I like her mech. It's cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's not
pointless
great.
to resist.
Turn over the 100 series at once!
Oh, hey, Kanan. What's up, buddy?
That craft! Kanan?
Get down, Ruby Doll.
I've got you!
Okay.
Stuck.
Wait, what's going on? The controls aren't responding. How
So
can this
ES engines
be?
resonate with each other, yeah?
What is happening?
We've got no choice. Richard, Herman, abort the mission. We're withdrawing.
Curses.
Jeez, man. If you were gonna save us, you know you could have shown up a bit sooner.
I'm surprised to hear you whine so much.
I'm not.
Further enemy pursuit appears unlikely for the time being. I'm heading back. I'll see you around, Ruby Doll.
Didn't you come to pick us up to begin
I
with?
already told you I'm Guinan Jr. now. Get that through your thick head.
It's hard to shake my past image of you.
Okay.
Well, bye, Kanan.
Do you know him?
Yeah. He's an old acquaintance.
Rumph.
That's right.
Somebody!
This scene again.
Anybody!
Uh-huh.
Please help us! It won't stop. The cradle won't stop bleeding.
It's all right. Rubido, let it go.
Don't say that. You can't give up.
Two URTV variants. Identified and confirmed.
The red horse carries war, and the black horse, famine. Upon those tiny backs, bear the great calamity.
What did you say, Chaos? I didn't read that.
It's nothing. Let's go rescue them.
It's all my fault. I'm the leader, but then I cut the link. And now Albedo's.
Albedo?
He's a piece of me. The beating, right chest.
I have the search results. Albedo is the name of unit number 667. The records show that he and unit number 666 were conjoined twins. Apparently it happens on rare occasions, even with artificially created children.
So he was infected as well, the rider of the white horse. May your bodies and souls find peace, even if it is but a short one.
I guess I owe them my life.
So you've known Chaos for a long time too? Can I also call you Rubido too? It's a very pretty name.
Sorry, it's just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's just... I don't have a lot of good memories of that name.
Oh. You and Ziggy don't like your original names very much, do you?
Oh, they do not.
Names tend to link themselves to memories, both good and bad. I have a feeling that old man over there has a lot of baggage himself. Besides, I think old man over there seems to like being called Ziggy.
Oh,
That's
I
correct.
hope he does.
Even though it kind of sounds like something you would call your dog.
Harumph.
Harumph, I say.
Meanwhile,
Mm-hmm.
The Zohar Project?
Right. The situation is grave. The Gnosis phenomenon is spreading at an ever-increasing rate. More than 120 star systems have already been eradicated, a fact that's been difficult to keep secret thus far. Worst-case scenario projections indicate that if this continues, humanity will only have a few years before it's completely wiped out by the Gnosis.
The Gnosis?
Yes, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. But tell me how this relates to Kos-mos.
This way.
Listen, I've been dragged around by my robot daughter for a while. I need to know some information.
This is incredible.
The Kos-mos tertiary weapon system. It was developed to prevent the worst-case scenario from ever happening.
And just what do you classify as worst case?
The Zohar Project is a massive undertaking whose ultimate goal is to eradicate the Gnosis from the cosmos. To do this, we know we must salvage the original Zohar that's sleeping on Miltia. Our studies over the past half-century have revealed the Zohar to be this dimension's ultimate energy device. But there is also a problem. The Zohar Center, or rather the core unit that controls it, is a double-edged sword.
What do you mean?
This is the phenomenon known as Udu. Beyond the initial loss of the core unit, we have no details on how it occurred. But we do know, however, that this is what made Miltian space the way it is today, and that this phenomenon is also responsible for the appearance of the Gnosis.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that even more Gnosis might show up?
We can't be certain, but it is a definite possibility.
So it's saying that the source of the Gnosis is Udu?
That's what he's
Those
saying,
shoulder
yes.
units, they're a phase transfer system, right?
Now I see why they called you the Flower of First Division, Chief Uzuki.
I didn't come here for jokes.
Sorry, I'll continue. This was originally designed for use on the archetype, but it's been refitted for use on the current Kos-mos. The system radius is 130 nanometers.
130?
Can you control it accurately at that scale?
Yes, with the help of the tactical sim lab. That's why we had Kos-mos moved here.
And if I refuse to turn her over?
You have a choice?
This project has been officially commissioned by the government. Being chief of software development doesn't give you the right to refuse us.
I imagine not.
Look, I know there's a lot about Kos-mos' recent activation that worries you, but rest assured, everything's gonna be fine. Headquarters has taken a good look at Kos-mos activity records up to now. They firmly believe this can be done, and so do we. Everything is ready to go.
I suppose the only thing I can do now is trust you.
We can do this. Besides, this system was designed at First Division by none other than Kevin Winnicott himself.
Fine. We'll transfer Kos-mos to the 2nd R&D Division today at 1400 hours. I'll send the paperwork along later. Please send requests for any specific needs to my personal address at First Division. I'll have Alan take care of the software. If there's anything you don't understand...
Me?
We'll contact you. Thank you for your cooperation.
Alan's got this.
Yep. He's not panicking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the core of the Zohar, the control unit, is Udu?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Weird.
For the sake of humanity?
Yes, you might even say that's the reason she was born. Her awakening will lead humanity toward the future. I can hardly wait until that time comes.
This transport is part of Kos-mos equipment too, right? A craft that can interact with hyperspace on its own without using a UMN column. Is this going to save humanity too?
In a broader sense, I suppose. It might come in handy for her someday. You'll probably laugh when you hear me say this, but I believe, no, I want to believe that she'll be more than just some wanton instrument of destruction. I hope the future that she builds will be one swept clean of our differences, an ideal world, free of destruction or slaughter. Sounds funny, doesn't it?
No. It's just that your eyes, Kevin, they were so lit up just now that you looked like a child.
I can't help it. I guess I better watch myself during the public test.
Well, to be honest, I can't wait to see her wake up too.
Hey, Alan.
Yeah. Chief!
Chief! Wait up, Chief. Hey, what's wrong with you? You're acting
I'm Mac, you
strange
stepped on my
today.
glasses.
Nothing's wrong. It's the same old me.
Where are you going, then?
Into the city for a bit. It's been a long time, so...
A long time? Oh, right. Isn't your house,
Yeah. It's in 8th District. Listen, Alan, don't take your eyes off Kos-mos, okay?
Yeah, of course. Why?
Thanks for the clarity.
There is definitely something wrong with her today.
She is displeased.
I mean, I kind of get it. Well, there's no point getting upset about it. I guess I'll go to the city and have a look around.
All right, so we made it onto the world map here. And we got a couple places we can go, but we are going to start off by heading into the city on 2nd Miltia here. All right, so we got a save point here. Shion starts at level 16. I believe if I go here, yeah, let's just save. I'm gonna have to see if I can. All right, 1 sec. We'll be right back. I'm gonna load my other file here, and we're back. All right. So, you should notice the time clock's a little different. I did do a little bit of grinding with our other party members that was not visible before. So we'll get into that a little bit. But for now, we have control of Shion, who is level 16. So I am going to go ahead and start her off with a couple of skills. Should look very familiar. I'm going to go ahead and grab Medica, refresh L. These had memory. Yeah, memory will be good to get, but I don't have the class points for it yet. Let me see. Let me check something.
Which you can get pretty easily.
Yes, indeed. This is class point plus 10. So yeah, we're gonna make sure that we get our little passives here, and then yeah, I'm gonna pop back over here. We're just gonna learn both of these, get some more class points, and then we're gonna learn memory. So this is much closer to the way to do it. Because this is Shion, I am going to get E attack plus 2 as well. And we're going to set her up. All right.
So you can only have 3 skills equipped at any time?
That's right. Yeah, I think this might expand to 4 at some point. But I'm not sure if I'm remembering that right. But yeah, only 3 equipped skills, and then Ether, of course, you get them all on your menu. Mastered skills automatically happen, etc.
Right.
And yeah, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our EBS panel here. And we're going to go grab something. This gives us access to the UMN that we can launch into the EBS back here. And won't let us go this direction, so we're going to head back. Got a save point here. Let me make sure I'm going the right way here.
You're going to walk west to the next screen. I'm going to hug the northern part of the street until the lock-on cursor appears for us to blow some stuff up.
Perfect. Yeah, so we can get some stuff we weren't able to get before here.
Yep.
Here we go.
Here we go. Take that.
All right.
Go east after exploding the objects.
Yeah, head east. I don't think
Get
we can
some
go
med
in
kits. Yeah.
Yeah.
This music is so intense.
It's so intense. All right, medkit S. Yeah, and then I think we head back west, right?
Yep. Go back left, up the stairs, and onto the next screen.
All right, here we go. As we're doing this, I did have a couple of things I wanted to go over about this game. First of all, this is episode 2 of Xenosaga, and as I'm sure you've noticed, there are a bunch of things that are different. The most obvious one is the art style, But moving beyond that, we saw, Rubido and Negredo being referred to as the Horsemen, something we never got a peep of in episode 1.
Right.
Indeed, they're named after alchemical processes, a part of the alchemical process, basically. So, yeah, it's interesting, and there's also a lot of voice actor differences as well.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of... Basically, episode 2 came about during a restructure. The biosphere here. Restructure at Monolith Soft. The current CEO at the time, Hirohide Sugiura, I think I'm saying his name correctly, felt that creators were getting older and that there weren't many younger ones coming out to, have this sort of career. And the result of that could be that game creation never shifts to the new generation. Reminder, this is segment address 14 here, so we'll have to come back to that later.
Yep.
What else do we got here?
That's it for here, unless you just want to level up or anything.
Yeah, we can do leveling up here, but this is actually not ideal for Shion at this time, so we'll go ahead and head back, I think.
Yeah, it says you can just go from the submenu here.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, that's a nice little QOL improvement here. We don't have to do... go back to it from... we don't have to walk all the way back to the entrance point, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah, we got a couple of extra items here. Now we're back safe and sound on Miltia here, which is pretty cool.
Yep. So the implication here is that this is my guess. If the alchemical URTV guys are also associated with the Four Horsemen, this is my assumption, and I could be way off base, but my assumption is Negredo is conquest, Rubido is war, Albedo is death, and then I'm assuming it's going to be Trinitas is the fourth one, or not, I don't know, but my assumption is famine right now. I'm making notes, everybody. I've actually got a whole, document, like I did with Xenogears, so...
Right.
That's my guess right now. I don't know.
Yeah, trying to make basically the connection between the characters that we know of based on the alchemical stuff and the horsemen here.
Right.
We've got war, famine, death, and was it pestilence, I think? Or is that the same as famine? I don't remember them very well.
I think it's... So when I was looking it up earlier, it's conquest, war, famine, and death.
Okay. There you go.
So I think pestilence and famine are on the same plane. So I'm not sure, though.
Yeah. But we are going to start poking around on Second Miltia here. There's plenty to do in this early part of the game. This is a ballet studio. So we start to see a little bit of this world, which we really didn't see a lot of in episode 1. It was really laser focused. It was about the plot. We saw a few stores and stuff, but this is really the first touch of civilization proper, what we see. Oh,
yep.
Yes, Stella.
Yes, I can hear you. So you're here for my autograph, too?
Of course. I think this area has an upstairs that we can... I don't think there's anything up here, but this will be an important area to go into, so, as you're kind of walking around here, you can poke around and see what we got. Kate!
What is it? Did you come here to ask me to sing, too?
But yeah, I'm gonna go look in the room next door here. But yeah, speaking back of the restructure here, Takahashi actually stepped down from his executive vice president role and handed the director role to Ko Arai, who directed this game. He was the former chief artistic designer of episode 1, and he was a veteran of Xenogears. So we have a different person in the director's chair, basically, for this game than the previous one.
Right.
Hey, guys.
My home is on Foundation. I left after having a fight with my father, and that was the last time I ever saw him. Other professor. I am the great other professor of Miltia. Is there something you'd like to ask?
Oh man, we can read about the history of Machine below. We'll be coming back to them.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. Why waste my time?
Because I'm the main character. I can do what I want. Yeah, so there's some crazy looking machinery in here. What's even going on? We'll come back here later for sure. Oh,
so I'm assuming Janet's father is the professor from the last game?
Maybe.
Assistant Scott. Assistant Scott.
He is assistant. Oh, look who it is.
Oh, hello, you horrifying thing.
Yeah, up here is the hospital, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it. Random grass and a plant growth enhancement planter. This is Ludi's. Please don't use it without my permission. Ludi.
You might remember Ludi from the first game.
Shion, I'm helping to grow flowers here.
Yeah, she could not speak for a while.
It's true.
Hey.
Everybody transitioned from the Kukai Foundation to the second Miltia planet.
Ludi was on the dot colony, I believe, actually.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm here to sell a plant growth enhancer called hyperfertilizer.
There's so much going on in here.
There is a lot going on in here.
There's so many people. Yeah, you can really tell that the scale of this game is a lot larger than Episode 1. Yeah, so initially, Xenosaga was conceived as a 6-part series, but after Episode 1 released and in the coming up to Episode 2, the 6-part idea was completely dropped. It was never referred to as a 6-part series again. But in the development press for Episode 2, 3 and 4 were referred to as upcoming episodes, with no reference to 5 and 6. So theoretically, this took the plan from 1 and 2 being the spacefaring humanity arc, which is kind of what we've been dealing with in Xenosaga so far, and the Episode 3 and 4 was going to be the equivalent of Xenogears, so it would have been Faye's arc, as they called it. Now, of course, they couldn't use Faye as the name, but we've already seen somebody who looks suspiciously like Faye in the end of Episode 1. So, it's unclear what the exact plan was, but theoretically, Xenosaga might have covered those 4 episodes at this time. We're going to talk with our buddy here.
Congratulations, you've been chosen to be a civilian agent for the GS campaign.
Very important, the GS campaign.
For the Got Soup campaign? First options presented, okay.
Yep.
First, before I tell you about being a civilian agent, do you know about the GS campaign?
Never heard of it!
The GS campaign is the Global Samaritan campaign sponsored by Second Miltia. It's a campaign by the UMN to gather and share data by improving the lives of everyday people. In order to do that, civilian agents investigate what people want or need.
Oh boy, what would I be doing?
Here's your bomber notebook.
Exactly, yes, exactly.
It's so incredible simple. All you do is talk to different people in different cities and listen to their troubles. They'll give you masks. Then you solve their problems for them. Sometimes they'll give you heart containers.
Oh boy, I'd love to try it.
If you do it all, you'll get the Fierce Deity mask. You just need to carry this investigation process report to the GS path.
Progress report.
You know what? Let me live my life.
I'm sorry. All right. What's the GS path? Didn't he just explain that? It's fine.
Right. Don't worry about it. It's a device that transmits a report of the people's reactions regarding what you do. Though there's something you need to be aware of.
What?
Don't pick the Renegade path. The GS path automatically selects individuals as research subjects, but the data collected may be bad data depending on how you solve their problems. So what do you think? Will you give it a try?
Yep. Sounds like it could be interesting.
It's very interesting. Come on, give it a try.
Okay, I'll try it.
Agent Bunny. Great, here's your GS path. It shows that you're a civilian agent. Take a look at it, see your research subjects progress in results. The GS path can hold up to 36 cases. You'll have to figure out the solutions to the subject's problems on your own, so we're going to put your conscience to the test. Good luck!
Woohoo! GS path acquired. Waha!
Press triangle to open the menu. If there's anything about the GS path you don't understand, just ask. I'll tell you everything I know.
Thanks, Bunny. All right, GS path.
Agent Bunny
is the primary side quest route for Xenosaga Episode 2. So, let's take a look. We got all of the things. So there's 36 GS quests, and we will get profiles of civilians. There are 50 pages here. And we've got nothing in the GS journal, but that will change very, very, very soon.
You can only hold 36 entries, but they're 50 pages. All right.
So, just to be clear here, there are 36 in the achievement, and there are 50 in the civilian or citizen profiles.
Right.
So, 36 quests, 50 profiles.
Which means some of them will have multiple people involved,
Yes,
I guess.
that's exactly what that means, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Time to head to the second sector.
We're gonna move on. Who are you? Maple.
I got a birthday present from Daddy the other day. It's really cute teddy bear.
Oh boy. Anyway, bye. So we're gonna head on up here. And there's a couple places we can go here. Let's go with this. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head into the publishing agency here.
That's a great idea.
And there's an item we can grab in here.
Sweet.
Miss Miltia contest.
Is Shion going to become part of the Miss Miltia contest?
Maybe. Let's see. Oh yeah, we need to head into the back. So yeah, just continue to sprinkle a little bit of our dev history and facts in here. We're gonna destroy everything here. So around the time when episode 2 was being developed, Takahashi's stance had shifted to basically the very ensemble-based, I got a boost max here, cast and kind of what was happening in episode 1. Segment address number 3 to Xenosaga being Shion's story. So it was going to be, you know, hey, this is Shion and by extension Kos-mos and the Zohar's story for the Xenosaga series. Look at all these little ads here. But yeah, there was very clearly some sharp plan changing happening here, but between episode 1 and 2, it was theorized, and basically I'm going to say things here in the development history that are a little contradictory to each other, because a lot of stuff changed, and then it changed back, and then it changed to things, and there are some things that we don't know currently. But in theory, basically, the final arc of episode 5 and 6 was presumably reserved for a future series at a certain point before episode 2 came out. So episode 1 was going to cover an estimated 20% of the overall arc, meaning that 2 through 4 and any spin-offs would have to cover the remaining 80% of the arc story.
Gotcha. That's crazy. So I guess the original intention was that it was going to be like, hey, here's the introduction of the cast, and then the additional episodes would focus on specific characters?
Yeah, basically, but the character, basically the protagonist is going to be Shion, based on Takahashi's initial plan, even after it was scaled down a little bit.
Gotcha. I apologize for stopping you, but are you Shion Uzuki? Uzuki, excuse me. Huh? Yes, I am, but who are you? I knew it! Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Angelina Swain. Swain? Wait, are you? Yes, I'm the youngest sister of Sergeant Swain, who was on the Wiglinde. Oh, your brother, he... Yes, I heard what happened to my brother from the Federation. Was my brother a valiant soldier? Yes, of course. He was such a wonderful person. He was always cheering everyone up. I'm sure he's really happy that someone like you calls him wonderful. Anyway, before the Wiglinde went down, my brother transmitted some items to me. There was a message attached to once saying I should give it to you if I ever met you. The message says it's a segment file. Here it is.
Thank you. Segment file.
You obtained segment file. Oh, also I found this one on my own, so I'll give this to you too. Decoder number 6.
Woohoo! Thanks, Angelina.
My brother spent his life researching segment addresses. Please don't let this research die with him. Shall I explain about segments again?
No.
Please carry on the segment address research.
Thanks, Angelina. Segment
You
address.
found segment address number 6.
Number 6.
Nice.
She just gave us the decoder, so we're gonna pop in here.
That felt an unnecessary transition. Whatever. Secret key number 3.
All right, so secret key number 3 is cool. Basically, we're gonna want to gather as many secret keys as we can, because it will do things like unlock this. This skill wasn't here before. Focus 1.
Oh.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, so this is how you basically unlock. This one unlocks Focus 1. Oh yeah, it only unlock. Yeah, so it's 1 secret key per ability. So this is level 1, class H, basically. Yeah, and then the other thing to note here is we do have a segment file again. So there's number 3 on second Miltia, and number 6, which we just
that's
got.
handy.
So we have
Okay.
address, decoder, and treasure, so that we know if we've actually picked it up.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's number 14 on old Miltia.
I think I preferred the grid that they had in the first one because you could have like a full view of it just by looking at it.
Yeah, I agree. That was pretty nice. All right. So we're getting a start on a lot of the smaller quests in this game. The segment file and the GS path. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna need to head over here. I think we head up these stairs. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, we got some cutscenes coming up in here. So real quick before we head in, I did want to note a couple more dev facts here. So dev history. There were a lot of staff changes between episode 1 and 2. The most notable ones, to my mind, although there were quite a few, so none of the others that I'm not mentioning were less important. There was quite a lot of staff shakeup, but basically, Xenosaga and Yasunori Mitsuda both exited the team following episode 1. So there's a totally different composer for episode 2, and Saga did contribute to the initial script for episode 2. But as we'll see as we keep talking about this, the new team did not end up using her script for more than just a reference guide. Saga was technically always freelance. She was never a formal, like, full-time employee at Monolith Soft. So she simply exited the project at this point, and Mitsuda was replaced as composer by Yuki Kaijura, who did a great job with the music in this game, I have to say. You know, I love Mitsuda, but Kaijura did a great job as well. We are going to go ahead and head in. More to come in the future.
Yeah. Let's go. Moby Dick's Cafe, could it be?
It could. Head in.
Wow, it really is. Hey, boss. Hi.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Shion. You sure grown up since the last time I saw you. You were still in high school, right?
Yes. Sorry I haven't kept in touch. I guess you moved over here, huh?
Yeah, there's no stopping the redevelopment around here. I figured I'd at least try to keep the inside looking the same, though.
Right. It wouldn't be Moby Dick's if it was any other way.
Well, have a seat. You want the usual?
Please. Actually, I'm kind of hungry too.
You got it. So, are you off today?
I wish. No, unfortunately, I'm working. I've got business at the 2nd Division.
Ah, right. You're with Vector now. Your brother was telling me about that.
What? Jin comes here?
Sure.
Why is that surprising?
Wait, you haven't seen him yet? You've come this far. You ought to at least try paying him a visit.
Not you, too. You know I have a hard time dealing with my brother.
That's too bad.
Well, speak of the devil.
Huh?
Wow! Just look at this place. Chaos! It's perfect. It feels just like the Pequot, doesn't it?
Shion.
Oh, Chaos and Junior both changed clothes.
They did.
What are you two doing here?
Well, we were starving, so...
We figured after our ensemble upgrade,
we
we
ended
would.
up here.
So, you all know each other?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
That's a better
What's
look
that
for
supposed to mean?
Chaos.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just a little rattled.
Rattled? About what?
Shion's just got family matters on her mind today, right?
Huh?
They look so confused.
Honestly, I'm a little confused too. It's fine.
Yep. Hey, buddy.
My apologies for being late.
I'm glad you could make it. Oh, Shelley, Mary, look at you. You're all grown up.
You said it in the wrong order, but I'll forgive
Long
you.
time no see, Helmer. Mary, show some respect.
It's all right. It makes me feel like I've got a couple of daughters. Tell me, Mary, are you still working on your act?
Yeah. Right now we're kinda busy, but pretty soon I'm gonna be the best comedian in this star cluster. Even if my sister won't be my partner. You know, I've been thinking about recruiting the little master.
That sounds great. I think he'd be perfect.
Right.
I'm afraid I don't have good news. There's been some disturbing activity, and not just from the remnants of Utic.
Yes.
Under the circumstances, the peace treaty was our only choice 14 years ago. But it was hardly a unanimous decision. Now, we're starting to see the strain from that within the Federation. According to Captain Roman's report, certain factions have begun showing signs of armed rebellion. The Second Miltian government is on full alert. I'd like all of you at the Foundation to be appropriately cautious as well. After all, with the Zohar emulators and the 100 series prototype in your possession, you've become the focus of a great deal of attention.
Master Guinan, I've brought Momo.
The 100 series prototype.
Does she get a new outfit too?
Of course. Send her in.
Nope.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the 100 Series Observational Unit Prototype. Designation, Momo. The preliminary examination of my internal data is now complete.
A 100 series Realian.
You're the enhanced memory model, aren't you? Nice to meet you.
She does look more like her than the mass-produced ones do.
Yes. She's just like Dr. Mizrahi's late daughter.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yup.
The Hand of Fate is a mystery. Thank you, Momo, for overcoming so much in order to come here. Soon you will undergo analysis at the UMN Control Center. We intend to do everything in our power to support the process. Please, just try to relax and fulfill your duty.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your concern.
Negredo, I have something I need for you to do.
You want reconnaissance, don't you?
Sorry.
No need to apologize. It is my family's responsibility. Now, Albedo, where are you? Negredo. Well, hello then. You sound like you're doing well, unfortunately.
And you're glib as ever. What's wrong? Are you lonely, little baby?
Oh, I'm just doing a little information gathering. Of course, it still isn't too late for us to come to terms.
Oh, so now it's peace talks, huh? Didn't McCartney say that too? Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony. But I know your true form. Executioner.
I shed that skin long ago.
Is that so? You sure you're not just hanging around Rubido because you're waiting for the chance to carry out your mission? I'll be borrowing Rubido soon. I don't need you, though. Still, I look forward to your efforts nonetheless. Wait. No!
Ooh.
Scary, scary. You've always been two-faced, you know. Offering life in the one hand, delivering death in the other. Too bad I can't die.
So, he really intends to link with Udu no matter what. Still, what does he want with Rubido?
What does he want with Rubido?
Who even knows?
This rocks!
I get it. So this is where your curry comes from.
Figured it out, huh? By the way, how's Momo? Is she done already?
They told us the main examination will start tomorrow. There don't seem to be any problems.
Yeah, so since we had some free time, we thought we'd visit the city.
I see.
What about you? Did you turn over Kos-mos already?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I had Alan take over the process. It might take some time, though, depending on what else crops up.
Did something happen over there? You don't look very happy.
You know how it is. We've been together for a long time, so saying goodbye is, well, you know.
That tough, huh?
Well, yeah. Think about it. What if you had to give up your precious Calliscope? How would that feel?
Oh, that would be tough. My wallet and my heart would both grieve.
Told you.
Please, do you really have to compare Kos-mos to Junior's collection?
Who could it be?
Good afternoon, boss.
Hey, welcome back. What a coincidence. Just now, Shion was... Huh?
Boy, she darted out fast. Avoiding him that much.
Uh-huh.
Huh? You're praying? Your chest? You're playing the drums?
Oh my god.
Man, I give up. What are you trying to say, Shion?
Not so loud.
Shion? And a voice I've heard somewhere before.
It's the most ridiculous scene.
Oh, hi.
Why are you afraid of your brother? Like,
Long time no see.
good grief.
I'm Jin. Jin Uzuki. Pleased to meet you.
The pleasure's mine.
So, you're both with Shion. Tell me, has my foolish sister been causing you trouble?
Foolish?
Quite
How dare.
the opposite. You know, we're actually very much in her debt.
Truly. You know, you don't have to be nice just because she's here.
Jin?
It appears I'm not very welcome here, am I?
Oh, come on. I didn't say that. I just...
Hey boss. I'll have what they're having, please. Extra spicy.
Hey, listen to me when I'm talking to you.
I am listening. So, what were you saying?
Forget it. It's just not worth it.
You know, you could have called me. I would have come to meet you. So, how long are you here anyway?
I was busy. The only reason I'm here is because I got a sudden assignment. I have to spend tonight getting ready for the return trip.
Huh? Hey, I thought you said... Ow!
So violent.
Never mind. It's nothing, really. Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Hey,
there
Chief,
it is.
How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, about Kos-mos, it looks like the tertiary equipment code's gonna take a little while. Probably about 2 or 3 days at least, I'd say. So I guess we could just take it easy for a while, okay? Chief, is something wrong? You look kind of upset.
She's gonna be mad at him, and it's not even her
Isn't
fault.
a practical joke?
Yeah. Not your fault, Alan.
What?
Nothing. Your timing is so perfect. Thank you.
Huh? Wait, Chief.
I see. So, you'll be taking it easy for a while, hmm?
Okay, fine. I'll come back home, all right? Will that satisfy you?
Oh, right. Would the two of you like to come visit? It's not far from here.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. It's a family reunion. We'd probably just be in the way. Wouldn't we? Of course. We could also take you up on your offer. Just for a little while.
Curious why she's so tense around her own brother.
Indeed.
Oh, alright. I'm really not in the mood for it, but I'll go home for a visit anyway. It's a little ways from the city, but not that far.
Alright, so now we have Jin in the party. I won't mess with him too much now, but we do have him leveled up from the prologue here a little bit. Oh yeah, and you'll notice I do have Chaos and Junior significantly leveled. I did do a little power leveling after the last episode. Alright. Yeah, we got memory on him, so yeah, I'll mess with his skill points a little bit more later. Alright. So yeah, we will be heading to Jin's house is the next destination here to get some more scenes.
Some more. It's also a good time to start working on some of our GS stuff.
Correct. Yeah, so yeah, there will be plenty of stuff there. All right, so there's the entrance, take a path. Yeah. This is some interesting. Okay, so yeah. The GS campaign, we can go ahead and start actually before we head up to Jin's house, because I believe that will lead us directly into the next part of the game here. So we're going to go ahead and head back to the first sector.
Yep. Gotta pick up our Psycho Pocket.
Yeah, so I highly recommend, if you don't feel like messing with these yet, you do at least the first one. Because it's a great way, doing the GS campaign is a great way to get secret keys.
Right.
And we need this first one pretty badly. So,
yep.
I'm going to go ahead and head back down to the first sector.
This is especially important because Psycho Pocket is the stealing skill, and the next time we'll be able to get this is some ways into Disc 2.
Right.
So...
yeah, it will take a very long time to get it. If you don't get it, go ahead and get it now. So definitely just do it. If you don't feel like messing with side quests, at least do this one. I do recommend doing all of them, but this one is borderline essential to get some of the best stuff in the game.
Yep.
Jacqueline.
All right. All right. I finally found someone I can talk to. Well, I think I've fallen madly in love. He's a drifter named Sydney. He's a little wild, but that just makes him so much cuter, you know? Anyway, I want to tell him how I feel, but he just loves traveling around. I have no idea where he is right now, so I came up with the idea of this letter. I call it Operation Lovely Letter. With this, no matter where Sydney is, he will know the heart of this passion consuming me. Please find my beloved Sydney and give him this letter overflowing with my love, my heart, my soul.
Leave it to me.
No thanks. All right, you're my savior.
GS campaign start!
Wow. All right. I'm counting on you.
A lovely love letter.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
A lovely love letter, indeed.
Yeah, so now we should be able to see some of this. If we pop into the GS path, we see the first one. Gray in progress, blue success, red failed. So you can fail GS path quests. We're going to endeavor to not fail them, but you can fail them, and then you don't get really anything for it. I'm not a big fan of this whole menu here. I wanted to see if Jacqueline shows up. Yep. No, that's boss, actually.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting. So that sort of tells you boss is going to have something to do with the campaign. Why there isn't a picture here, I have no idea. But yeah, mainly we're going to be focused on getting the quests done here. All right, so yeah. now we need to head back to the map because we're going to have to head to the Kukai Foundation. So
I have to leave second Miltia. Be like,
yeah,
bye.
Yeah, this will be the first time that we have done this in this game, gone to the Kukai Foundation. So it'll be cool to see that place again.
Yeah. This is an announcement from the Transportation Bureau. Shuttle flights to the Durandal have now resumed. Passengers wishing to board, please proceed to the spaceport.
All right.
Durandal.
Where is the spaceport here? Let's see.
Looks... I think it's to the south.
This one?
No.
Spaceport.
Oh,
yep.
It is. Because your ship icon was on the south end, but that also might have just been where you guys were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is where we came in, the spaceport. I think we just head up this way. Now, get used to doing this. There is plenty of going back and forth in this game.
The boarding gate for standard vessels lies ahead. The shuttle bound for the Durandal's dock is currently in port. Passengers heading for the Durandal should continue on to the boarding gate.
Let's go!
Cool shuttle.
Uh-huh. All right, the Durandal.
The Kukai Foundation looks a smidge like the Citadel from Mass Effect, with the way the pedal effects look.
Yep, and the Citadel, of course, is much larger and different in shape, but the pedals are very similar.
Right.
All right, now we have to launch to the Kukai Foundation from the Durandal.
That's crazy.
Yep.
We're gonna bottleneck access to the space station.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a metropolis. That makes sense, though.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head off of here. Gain entrance to the Kukai Foundation proper.
It's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like cognitive dissonance a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
To see these very familiar designs, even though we just did it, right? Like in the previous Xenosaga, because the art style is slightly different, even for the environment.
Yep. Yeah, so this...
And so it's throwing me off a little bit.
So this map should look somewhat familiar. It's really just the top portion of it, because there was other stuff that we could go to before, but yeah, this is very similar. It's just a little bit of a different perspective on the area. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start crunching some stuff here.
Well, she doesn't have the giant Miyuki weapon system.
Yep, she is using a different version of it. It's a much sleeker one. Yeah, so speaking of, actually, this is an interesting opportunity to talk a little bit more. So, this game, Episode 2, was under basically a 2-year deadline, and the team was endeavoring to take things in their own direction while respecting Takahashi's characters and the original vision of the world, as well as constructing the game portions of basically the script and materials they were given from the world building. You know, like, basically Takahashi gave them a bunch of world building, and they tried to do their best to create the game portions from world building and the story, such as it was. One of the things due to this 2-year deadline essentially was that there is dummied out code within Episode 2 for shops and money. Theoretically, there was an original plan to have shops, equipment, items. Obviously, we have items, but there's no shops in Episode 2. Essentially, the time constraints means they dumped the equipment system, and basically they had to rehash the battle system a little bit, so equipment doesn't matter. anymore. So yeah, it was originally meant to where there was equipment, so we probably would have been able to see in the original version of episode 2, why does, Shion, why is she using what looks like a different weapon? We're not sure at this point, but it is different than the MWS she was using in episode 1, very clearly, because it's a completely different color, it's a lot sleeker, kind of interesting.
Right. And I'm sure if they had the time to work on it, they would have had I would hope, a more narrative reason for that change.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, a lot has changed. Shion has a different, sleeker weapon. I don't think there would have been any explanation for why she has a different hair color. I think it was just they artistically changed it.
Right. Momo's bow. Lack of glasses.
Yeah, well, that's explained by Alan stepping on them.
That's true. Her eye color is a little different too.
Yes, it is.
Like it's much more green in this variant than it is in. It's almost like a turquoisey blue.
Yeah.
In Xenosaga 1. Iron 4.
Gotta go over here.
We're looking for Sydney. The noise of this area is much more than like the 6 people in the restaurant would warrant.
That's certainly true. Hold on, I'm confused. In the Iron Man bar, right? Let's see.
Yeah, you are in the Iron Man bar, yes.
The box is behind the lift to the left of the counter. Okay, here we go. This is what we need. We need to go in here, and there's some boxes.
Just keep breaking boxes.
Sorry, I blew up all of your inventory. My bad. I got this boost max up though out of it. That's pretty sweet.
Woohoo!
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and head it back out to Sector 27. So yeah, just another note on the art style. The more realistic art style was an endeavor to break into the North American market. Basically, what they wanted to do was to create faces with a wider range of emotional expression, and they felt that this art style would be more like the North American market would be more receptive to it. So kind of interesting. Given, I don't know, it weirded me out even when I first played this game. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but also like, this is all very strange looking.
Well, and apparently there were complaints about it too, like it being too anime or something at one point, and I was just like, why would you complain about that? That looks great for the content that's being shared right now.
Yeah, the complaints about episode 1, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were, ask me to choose, I would choose episode 1's art style any day of the week, but there's some advantages to this one. There's some things that do look cool, and it's just I sort of wish they hadn't gone this far into, realistic type of territory.
Well, and this is the same era as like Wind Waker, for instance, which was a cel-shaded Zelda game, right? This is during that same era where there's this huge push for realism.
Yeah.
And even Nintendo was like, we're going to do this other thing entirely. Yeah. And we've talked about it in our Wind Waker playthrough where people did not receive, oh my gosh, he's upside down.
He's upside down.
Poor guy.
We're going to not destroy him.
Yeah.
Here.
But, we talked about even in our Wind Waker playthrough that like people didn't receive it well because they were, especially after the like hardware demo of the GameCube and the like very realistic Zelda like fighting. It's not Zelda, it was Link, obviously, but
what
it was
Zelda
a tech
was
demo.
A girl? Anyway,
yeah. Right. Yeah, it was a tech demo where Link is fighting like a giant Skulltula or something, and it was really cool. And so everybody made this assumption, right, that this is what the new Zelda game is going to look like, and then they show Wind Waker,
right.
And people are like, what is this? What is this garbage? And it's one of the best Zelda games I've ever played, by the way. And it's well loved now, post all of that. But like at the time, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so it's not surprising to me that in the same like era, right, that Xenosaga 1 was viewed as not real enough, not realistic enough.
Indeed. Indeed.
Man, I can't imagine a game being created in 2 years anymore. Like, everything takes 5+.
Yeah, it really kind of shows you, you know, a lot of games are products of their time. In a lot of ways, and I think episode 2 is kind of regarded as much less than what it could have been. You know, if that makes sense. It's like it's an early version of what it could have been.
Yeah. Still in beta when it got released.
Yeah. There he is. Sydney.
All right. What? A letter from me? Oh, it's from Jackie. I don't know why you have a letter from Jackie, but thank you. I've got no time to lose. I'm off to Miltia as soon as I'm ready. Could you let her know that I'm going to see her?
Sydney's letter. All
I'm in love with you, Sydney.
Sydney.
Jackie, you make my heart go doki doki.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, the technological demands of games is a lot higher now too, so the fact that it takes longer makes sense.
Yeah, indeed. And you know, I mean, like, even art style concerns aside, I think this game does look pretty good for a PS2 game. It certainly has improved resolution a little bit on episode 1. Yeah, we gotta head back to Second Miltia to finish up GS campaign number 1. So we'll check that out on the menu once we get it completed, and we will have opened up a skill for us to learn, which would be awesome.
Psycho Pocket!
Yeah, we want Psycho Pocket. Very, very useful skill.
I want it, 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 I want it.
So
I want to be a Super Saiyan.
Yeah. We're going to head back to the Durandal here and then take the shuttle back down to Second Miltia. Again, we're going to do this a lot. Another interesting note about episode 2. There was a game website, and I don't know which site this was, but early on, when details were sparse. Oh yeah, we can't go this way. This is where the Elsa normally was, so we're gonna head back down this elevator to head back to the shuttle. Where is the Elsa? Huh?
It's on Second Miltia. We watched it land.
Indeed. So, but yeah, the reported subtitle was, and let me make sure I could say this right, Der Aufstieg des Gottes, which roughly translates to The Rise of God. Kind of as a joke subtitle. It sort of was hinting at the Rise of Deus. If you played Xenogears, you know what I'm talking about there. But when episode 2 and 3 were confirmed before the release of 2, the formal subtitles were both released. So we got Jenseits von Gut und Böse, as well as Ach sprach Zarathustra for episode 3.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Have we talked about? Have we talked about what the translation of the title is in this one?
I think so, but yeah, just to mention it again, it is Beyond Good and Evil.
Okay.
Which is another Nietzsche title. And episode 3's title, of course, is another Nietzsche as well. Sorry, I'm trying to orient myself a little bit. Okay, this is the other side. Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, also spoke Zarathustra.
All right.
Let's see. She was
somewhere.
Yeah, I probably should have entered in Sector 1, not 2.
Why did you go down the long way?
I'll make it. Oh my god.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I do it a lot when I'm playing this game for some reason. Hey.
Rolling. There she is.
I delivered your letter.
He said he'll come get you. You gave my letter to Sydney? What did he say? He's going to come to Miltia right away? Oh my, this is wonderful. wonderful.
It sure is.
Oh boy.
Victory.
Succeeded. Hee. I'll cast the secret love charm on you.
What? Secret key
You obtained
one.
a secret key. Nice. Psycho Pocket.
Psycho Pocket.
Thank you so very much. Love really does make the world go round.
All right.
Just a ghost of Alan floating around her head.
Yes.
Like he was in that picture.
Yeah, that was
Xenosaga
weird. All right, so Psycho Pocket here is a very good skill to get. We are going to learn it on pretty much everyone, but Momo is one of the more important characters to learn Psycho Pocket. The other thing you're going to want to learn along with Psycho Pocket is Class C, Analyze. So Analyze is extremely useful in combination with Psycho Pocket because you can do a double tech called Pocket Rare. Basically, it will allow you, if you combine Analyze and Psycho Pocket from two different people or from the same person, really, you can obtain the rare steal instead of like having to steal with Psycho Pocket over and over and hope you get the rare. You can cast Pocket Rare, and then if you want the common one, you can cast Psycho Pocket again.
Nice.
Yep, pretty cool. So yeah, with the completion of GS Campaign 1, I think we are approaching time for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and head back to the save point here, and I'm going to kind of finish going over a little more of the dev history of Episode 2 real quick.
Okay. Yeah, there's looks like at least one other GS campaign we can do.
There are several more we can do.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, here we go. 3.
Yep. So there's several more. I'm not sure how many exactly. I think 4 or 5. Oh yeah, before I forget, I'll show you on the menu here kind of what a completed one looks like. So if we look here, Campaign 1 is completed. Woohoo, succeeded. Woohoo. And yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, there's a lot we can do in here before we even get on to the next thing. Okay.
There's one. There's Sydney. Yeah, for whatever reason, pictures aren't showing up in the menu there. A little weird. But yeah, there's quite a few of these. We are going to do all of them we can before we get into continuing the story. So this is going to be a little bit of a break. But yeah, we will be continuing the story as quick as we can. So next episode, Side Quest Part 1. But yeah, just to kind of finish up a little bit of the material I have, I just want to make sure that we cover this in this episode. So when Episode 2, when the promotional materials were released, Xenosaga contributions were so minimized and changed that she formally quit the project. But Takahashi remained optimistic about the vision of Arai's team here, continuing to advise as needed but making no creative decisions going forward. Saga and Takahashi were relegated to advisors only. Arai and his team were given full discretion over Episode 2. So they were given the initial script, but they kind of went their own way. So in the final release of Episode 2, the focus was shifted by the new team to the backstory of the URTVs primarily. We have started to see that a little bit with going back over kind of the scene of Rubido and Negredo being rescued by Kanan and Chaos back on Old Miltia. So a lot of the URTV's backstory was created by Xenosaga, but the protagonist role was shifted to Junior instead of Shion for this episode. We are in control of Shion now, but for the most part, Episode 2 is largely the story of Junior. He is the closest thing to the protagonist that you can get for this game, I think. And so, you know, a lot of the material was there for it, but it was pretty drastically changed. And, you know, there's a lot of material out there if you're curious about just how much was changed and how it was changed. I know there is a list we're going to go on. We're going to go through a little bit later down the road here of things that were not even added into this game that were in the original script. A lot of it's pretty spoilery at this point, so we're going to kind of hold off on that. So yeah, I mean, that's largely Episode 2, and we are going to kind of talk about some of the developer history, pepper it in a little bit as we go, talking about some of the lore. But yeah, there were a couple of other games that were released around this time. Xenosaga Freaks in Japan had a collection of games. There was Xenokami, which was text adventures for all of the main characters, and it was much campier and kind of a fun little backstory type thing with them on adventures doing things. There was also a puzzle game called Xenopitan, which was a Xenosaga-themed word puzzle game. And then Xenosaga Freaks also had an encyclopedia of Episode 1 terms and an Episode 2 demo. And then there was also Pied Piper, which was a cell phone game that was released. Xenosaga Pied Piper. It was based 100 years before the start of Episode 1, and it had to do with Ziggy's backstory, which is why I don't think we heard his real name, like his original name in Episode 1, but we, in the first couple of hours of Episode 2, he's referred to as Jan Sauer, which was his original name.
Right.
There is a fan game in progress to translate Pied Piper and allow for a playthrough of it. At this point, I believe there's only a demo. But yeah, that is a work in progress as far as I know at this point.
Gotcha. Lots of interesting information. Full show.
Yep, and I did endeavor to kind of sprinkle this throughout the video, not just information overload you near the end, but there's just quite a lot that went on. I am only covering kind of the highlights. This is a long and storied saga of the development of this game, so yep.
It's the same problem we have with Xenogears, actually.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
What a monster to tackle. All right. That's okay, though. We're willing to do it. And if you're willing to stick around here, not just the dev history, but my observations and my questions, because I have a lot of them. I have several that I've already written down that will probably never get addressed depending on what the issue is. And beyond. So thank you so much for joining us today is where I'm getting at. We're glad to have you here. If you have any thoughts you want to put in the comments, by all means, feel free to do so. We do request that you keep spoilers to a minimum, just for those who haven't played through Xenosaga 2 and are kind of experiencing this for the first time. Outside of that, though, we're just so glad to be part of your day, that we get to, be there with you, and we hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you all in the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye now. Diddly diddly do 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 do. Thanks for watching.